Welcome to the AnzenGuard podcast, everyone. I'm Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson.
Today, we're diving deep into VPNs.
Yeah, it's a bit more than just hitting that connect button, isn't it?
Way more to it. You've been doing your homework, sending us a stack of articles.
Looks like you're really trying to make the right choice.
So let's unpack all of this.
Let's cut through the noise.
First things first, those free VPNs.
Yeah, tempting, right?
But running a VPN service is not free.
It's expensive servers bandwidth.
The whole shebang.
Exactly. So if a company's giving it away for free,
They're making money somewhere else.
it could be ads, it could be selling your data.
Slower speeds, limited features, like those free apps that suddenly know way too much about you. Right.
Yeah, not ideal if you actually care about your privacy.
No, instead of chasing free, look for a VPN with a transparent pricing model.
Yes, and a clear commitment to your privacy.
And while we're talking about transparency, a VPN provider's experience and reputation matter a lot.
Yeah, this market is just booming right now, but not all companies are created equal.
It's like buying something online based on those amazing reviews.
Right.
Only to find out it's a total dud.
Happens all the time.
Third-party audits, those are really important.
Absolutely. Those independent evaluations are like having a neutral expert.
Someone to come in and verify that the VPN is actually doing what it claims.
Exactly.
Transparency is key. And here's something else to think about. The VPN's home country.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's not just about where their office is.
Right? It's about legal implications.
Different countries, different laws about data collection and sharing.
A VPN company has to follow their home country's rules.
It's like traveling to a country with totally different customs.
Oh, yeah.
You might not agree with them,
Right.
but you have to respect them.
Exactly.
So if a VPN is based somewhere with strong data retention laws,
Yeah, your so-called private browsing.
might not be so private after all,
You've got to do your research on a VPN's jurisdiction.
and understand those data laws.
For sure.
And speaking of data, let's talk about those no-logs claims.
Oh, that's a big one.
Every VPN promises that, right?
We keep absolutely no logs. Your privacy's sacred.
But it's rarely that simple, isn't it?
It's not. Most VPNs need some logs just for basic functionality, like connection timestamps or server usage.
So not all logs are created equal.
Exactly. There's a difference between connection logs, which are pretty basic, and usage logs, which track your actual browsing history.
Gotcha. So connection logs, those might be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But usage logs, those are the ones that raise red flags.
Those are the ones to watch out for.
So a truly privacy-focused VPN is going to minimize the data they collect and be completely transparent about their logging policies.
Absolutely. Look for a VPN with a clear and audited no logs policy that specifies what data, if any, they retain.
So no logs is more of a spectrum than a yes or no.
Definitely.
Transparency, that's what we're after.
Yes.
Now let's talk about server count.
All right.
Some VPNs boast about having thousands of servers all over the world,
More the merrier, right?
but is more always better?
Well, not necessarily. VPNs typically rent those servers. They don't actually own them.
Okay.
So a massive network could mean less control.
And even potential security risk.
It's really about quality, not just quantity.
So instead of being wowed by huge numbers, think about server locations that actually meet your needs.
Right.
Whether it's for streaming or gaming or privacy, you've got to choose strategically.
Exactly. It's about finding the right tool for the job, not the biggest one on the shelf.
I like that. And speaking of tools, let's talk about some of those cool features beyond basic VPN functionality.
Okay, let's get into it.
This is where it gets really interesting. First up, the kill switch.
Oh, yeah. This is like your emergency brake for privacy.
If your VPN connection drops,
It cuts your internet entirely.
prevents those accidental data leaks.
Exactly. And some even offer an app-specific kill switch.
Wow. So you can choose which apps get blocked if the connection goes down.
That's next level.
And speaking of making life easier, who doesn't love ad and malware blocking?
That's a game changer. Say goodbye to annoying pop-ups and sneaky trackers.
Now, for those who want to take security up a notch, there's multi-hop connections.
Okay.
This routes your traffic through 2 VPN servers, instead of one encrypting your data twice,
Like sending your data through a labyrinth.
making it much harder to trace.
Especially useful for those dealing with sensitive information.
And then we've got MeshNet. Some VPNs are starting to integrate this tech.
This one's cool.
It's like building your own private encrypted network.
Within your home or office,
Secure device-to-device connections bypassing a central server.
perfect for things like file sharing or gaming.
So we've got kill switches, ad blockers, multi-hop connections, and MeshNet. That's a lot of cool stuff, but let's get a bit technical now, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
While it can seem complex, understanding the basics of encryption standards and VPN protocols can really empower you to make smart choices.
It can seem daunting, but it's worth taking the time to understand.
And don't worry, we'll keep it clear and concise.
Yeah, we'll break it down.
First up, encryption standards. What's the gold standard we should be looking for?
AES 256 is considered the most secure encryption algorithm available today. It's the same standard used by governments and militaries worldwide.
So if a VPN uses AES 256, we're talking Fort Knox level security for our data.
Pretty much it would take an insane amount of time and computing power to crack that encryption.
Okay, that's reassuring. Now let's talk about VPN protocols. I know there are a few different options out there. What are the key players we should know about?
The most common you'll see are OpenVPN, WireGuard, and IKEv to IPsec. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to speed, security, and compatibility.
Okay, so let's break those down one by one. What's the deal with OpenVPN?
OpenVPN is considered a reliable and secure option. It's been around for a while. It's open source, which means the security community has thoroughly vetted it, and it's highly customizable.
So it's been tried and tested, but is it also the fastest?
Not always. It can be a bit slower than other protocols, especially on older devices or slower connections.
Okay, so where does WireGuard come in?
WireGuard is a newer protocol that's gaining popularity because it's incredibly fast and lightweight. It's built for modern devices and networks and often outperforms OpenVPN in speed tests.
So Speed Demon, but what about security? Is it as solid as OpenVPN?
While it's newer, it's been rigorously audited and considered very secure, plus its simplicity makes it less prone to vulnerabilities.
Interesting. So it's fast, secure, and modern. Now, what about IKEv to IPsec?
IKEv to IPsec is another solid choice known for its stability and speed, especially on mobile devices.
Ah, so if I'm using a VPN on my phone a lot, this might be the way to go.
It's a good option, especially for those on the go. It can quickly reconnect if your connection drops.
Okay, so we've covered encryption standards and VPN protocols. Anything else we need to know in this technical realm?
Absolutely. Look for a VPN that uses perfect forward secrecy. This means that even if someone compromises your encryption keys, they can't decrypt past sessions.
So like a self-destruct button for your data?
Exactly. Extra protection, even if a breach were to occur. And remember, don't rely solely on a VPN company's marketing claims.
You mean do our own homework?
Precisely. Check out independent review sites and tech experts who put VPNs through their paces and provide unbiased evaluations.
It's like reading restaurant reviews before trying a new place.
Yeah.
You want to know what real people actually thought, not just the fancy marketing.
Exactly. Look for sites that do in-depth testing, measure speeds, check for leaks, and analyze those logging policies we talked about.
That's great advice. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into VPNs. We've talked about the hidden costs of free VPNs, the importance of a provider's experience and reputation, and why a VPN's home country and logging policies are key considerations.
We've also debunked the myth that more servers automatically means better service, and explored all those cool bonus features that can enhance your privacy and security.
Plus, we even got a bit technical with encryption standards and VPN protocols.
We did.
But hold on to your hats, folks, because we're just getting started.
That's right. In part 2 of our deep dive, we'll be taking a closer look at those privacy policies, how to choose the right plan, and the practical steps involved in actually getting set up with a VPN.
So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon to help you navigate the exciting world of VPNs.
See you in part 2. Welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast.
Part 2 of our VPN deep dive. We're ready to get into the nitty-gritty. Remember those privacy policies we talked about?
The ones most people just scroll past.
Yeah, it's tempting to just skip them, right?
I know, but they're worth a read, especially if you value your privacy.
So what should we be looking for when we actually take the time to read those policies?
Clarity. A good privacy policy should be written in plain language. Easy to understand.
No hiding behind legal jargon.
Exactly. No vague statements.
They want transparency.
Absolutely. Pay close attention to what data they collect, how they use it, and if they share it with any third parties.
Right.
Look out for red flags, like vague statements about data retention or broad exceptions for sharing data with law enforcement.
So clear language transparency about data collection and sharing, no sketchy exceptions.
You got it.
Got it. And remember, if a privacy policy seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Probably.
Like those that say, we collect absolutely no data ever.
Yeah, right.
I'm not buying that.
Be realistic. Any company providing a service needs to collect some data.
Right.
The key is finding one that's upfront about what they collect and how they use it.
Makes sense. So We've talked about doing our research, checking for those third-party audits, understanding logging policies, and even scrutinizing those privacy policies. It's like detective work.
It can be, but it's worth it. We're talking about your privacy and security here.
So let's say we've done our homework, we found a VPN that seems reputable. What are the practical steps for actually getting set up?
First, you'll need to choose a plan. Most VPN providers offer various subscription options, monthly, yearly, or even multi-year plans.
And I'm guessing the longer you commit, the better the deal.
Usually, yes, you often get a discount for longer subscriptions.
Okay, plan sorted. What's next?
Yeah. Create an account. This usually involves providing an email address and choosing a password.
Yeah.
Some VPNs allow you to sign up anonymously using a temporary email address and paying with cryptocurrency.
Oh, interesting.
So that's a good option for the extra privacy-conscious folks out there.
Adds an extra layer of anonymity.
It does.
Account created. Now what?
Now the fun part, downloading and installing the VPN app.
Okay.
Most providers have apps for all major operating systems. Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, you name it.
Even for routers, right?
Absolutely. Installing a VPN on your router protects all the devices on your home network.
Okay. App downloaded, installed. Walk me through actually using a VPN.
It's super easy. Open the app, choose a server location, and click connect. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So I can browse as if I'm in a different country.
Exactly. Bypass geo-restrictions, access content that might be blocked in your region.
Pretty cool, but how do I know it's working?
Most apps have a visual indicator, like a green light or a check mark to show you're connected. You can also run an IP leak test to double-check that your real IP address is hidden.
And once I'm connected, all my internet traffic is being routed through that VPN.
Exactly. It's like a secure tunnel for your data.
So I can browse, stream, download, all with peace of mind.
You got it. You're protected from snoopers, hackers, and even your internet service provider.
Amazing. What if I'm traveling to a country with internet censorship? Will a VPN help me access blocked websites?
It can definitely help. Many VPNs can bypass censorship by making your traffic look like regular internet traffic.
So even if a government is trying to block certain websites, a VPN can help me get around those restrictions.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool for freedom of information and expression.
VPNs are more than just a privacy tool. They're a gateway to a more open and accessible internet.
Absolutely. And as we rely more and more on the internet for everything, having a VPN isn't a luxury. It's becoming a necessity.
Couldn't agree more, but let's be real. There's no such thing as a perfect solution.
Right.
What are some downsides of using a VPN?
While there are many benefits, there are potential drawbacks. For example, using a VPN can sometimes slow down your internet speed.
Makes sense. Routing your traffic through an extra server has to add some latency.
Right. And the slowdown can vary depending on the VPN provider, the server location, and even the time of day.
So if speed is a major concern, it's essential to choose a VPN known for fast connections.
Absolutely. And testing different server locations to see which ones work best for you is always a good idea.
Okay, speed's one thing. What else?
Some websites and online services might block or flag VPN traffic.
Oh, really? Why would they do that?
Sometimes it's for security reasons. They might see VPN traffic as a potential threat, especially if they're dealing with sensitive information.
Makes sense.
Other times it's to enforce geo-restrictions on their content streaming services, for instance, might block VPN users to prevent access to content not available in their region.
Ah, okay. So a VPN isn't a foolproof way to get around every geo-block.
That's right. It's an ongoing cat and mouse game. VPN providers are constantly working to bypass blocks, and websites are updating their detection methods.
It's an arms race.
Exactly. But even if you encounter a block, there are often workarounds like switching to a different server location or using a VPN with obfuscation features.
Good to know. So potential speed issues and the possibility of being blocked. Anything else?
Choosing a VPN isn't a set-it-and-forget-it solution. The VPN landscape is constantly changing.
So we need to stay informed and be proactive.
Exactly. Do your research, keep up with the news, and reassess your VPN choices periodically.
It's about being a savvy VPN user, not just finding a good one initially.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing process, but
Right.
well worth it for the peace of mind and security.
Well said. Anything else to add before we move on?
One more important point, a VPN is just one tool in your digital privacy and security toolbox. It's not a silver bullet.
It's part of a holistic approach.
Exactly. Using a VPN is great,
Yeah.
but good digital hygiene is equally important.
So using strong passwords, being wary of phishing scams, and keeping software up to date.
Precisely. And being mindful of what you share online, choosing your apps and services wisely, and reading those privacy policies.
True digital security is a multifaceted effort. It's about being informed, being proactive, and taking control of your online presence.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing journey, but one worth taking.
I completely agree. Now it's time to put all this knowledge into practice.
That's right. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll be looking at some of the top VPN providers on the market, comparing features, pricing, and performance to help you choose the right one for your needs.
So stay with us as we help you navigate the world of VPNs and find the perfect fit for you.
See you in part 3.
Welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast, folks. It's the final part of our VPN deep dive.
We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From those myths to getting into the technical stuff.
Yeah, but now let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah.
You've done the research. You understand what to look for.
Right. It's decision time.
It's time to choose a VPN.
We can't make that decision for you,
No.
but we can arm you with the information you need.
Exactly. So who are the major players in the VPN arena? Who are the names we should be looking at?
Well, based on our research and testing, a few providers consistently rise to the top.
Okay, let's hear it. Who's made the cut?
First up, we have NordVPN.
NordVPN.
They're known for their robust security features, a massive server network, and impressive speeds.
NordVPN. Yeah, I've definitely heard of them.
Mm.
They seem to be one of the biggest names out there.
They are, and for good reason. They offer a wide range of features, including a kill switch ad and malware blocking double VPN and even onion over VPN.
Wow, that's a lot of options.
It is, and they have a strict no logs policy that's been independently audited, plus they're based in Panama,
Okay,
which is outside the jurisdiction of those major surveillance alliances.
so strong on privacy and security. What about speed?
Yeah.
How does NordVPN perform in that department?
They perform very well. They've invested heavily in their server infrastructure, and they use the NordLynx protocol,
Okay.
which is based on WireGuard and optimized for speed.
Fast and secure. That's a winning combo. Anything else we should know about NordVPN?
Yeah, they have apps for all major platforms, including Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, Linux, and even routers. And they allow up to 6 simultaneous connections on a single account.
Okay, so NordVPN sounds like a strong contender. Who else is in the running?
Another top pick is ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN.
They're consistently ranked among the fastest VPNs on the market.
Speed is definitely a big plus. What else makes ExpressVPN stand out?
Like NordVPN, they have a strict no-logs policy and a wide range of security features. They also offer split tunneling,
Oh, okay.
which allows you to route some of your traffic through the VPN while keeping other traffic on your regular internet connection.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
I can see how that would be useful for things like online banking or accessing local websites.
Right.
While still using the VPN for other activity.
Exactly. And they have a very user-friendly interface, which makes them a good choice for beginners.
So ExpressVPN, fast, user-friendly, and secure. Sounds good. Who else is on our list of top VPNs?
Next up is Surfshark.
Surfshark.
They're relatively new to the VPN scene, but they've quickly made a name for themselves with their competitive pricing and unlimited simultaneous connections.
Unlimited connections, that's a game changer, especially for families or people with a lot of devices.
Right, and they don't skimp on security either. They offer all the essential features, including a kill switch DNS leak protection and camouflage mode,
Oh,
which helps to obfuscate your traffic.
so Surfshark, affordable, generous with connections, and still strong on security. Not bad at all.
And finally, we have Proton VPN.
Proton VPN.
They're known for their strong commitment to privacy. They're based in Switzerland, which has some of the strongest privacy laws in the world.
The land of neutrality and secret bank accounts.
Exactly. Proton VPN takes privacy very seriously. They offer a strict no-logs policy, and they even use a secure core network,
Okay.
which routes your traffic through multiple servers in privacy-friendly countries.
Wow, that's impressive. So Proton VPN privacy is their top priority.
Right.
What about speed and features?
Their speeds are decent, not quite as fast as ExpressVPN or NordVPN, but still good enough for most activities. And they offer a solid range of features, including a kill switch, split tunneling, and Tor over VPN.
A good option for the privacy-conscious user, then.
Exactly. It's important to note that these are just a few of the many reputable VPN providers out there. There are plenty of other options to choose from,
Of course.
and the best choice for you will depend on your individual needs and priorities.
Right. It's like choosing a car.
Yeah.
Some people prioritize speed and performance.
Yeah.
Others want luxury and comfort. And still others are looking for fuel efficiency and practicality. It all depends on what you're looking for.
That's a great analogy. And just like with choosing a car, it's important to do your research, compare different models, and test drive a few before making a decision.
Exactly. And don't forget to check out independent reviews, compare pricing, take advantage of free trials or money-back guarantees whenever possible.
Absolutely. It's your privacy and security on the line, so it's worth taking the time to find the VPN that's right for you.
Well said. Well, folks, I think that wraps up our deep dive into the world of VPNs. We've covered a lot of ground, from the basics to the more technical aspects, and we've even given you a rundown of some of the top VPN providers out there.
We have.
But remember, this is just the beginning of your VPN journey. The key is to stay informed, be proactive, and make conscious choices about your online privacy and security.
Couldn't agree more.
I'm Michael Reynolds,
And I'm Laura Wilson.
and you've been listening to the AnzenGuard podcast.
Stay safe and private out there.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with your friends. Until next time, take care.